Hi, it is Thursday, and I'm here to talk about decisions. Decisions, right? Like, oh my gosh, this is something when we are in the state of making that clear-cut decision of, yes, this is going to happen, and this is what... My internet is acting up again today. Something in the energy. Okay, hopefully we can get through the rest of this without having any more interruptions. All right, so, okay, decisions is one thing I really struggled with before in the past. I would, make a decision and then I would end up wavering and I'd falter and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I said I was going to do that, but I don't know. Something's kind of getting in the way, and maybe that's not the best thing to do right now, or maybe the timing isn't right, and maybe I shouldn't do this because, and all these things would go through my head, and it was like wavering back and forth, right? Am I going to do this? Am I not going to do it? Am I going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it, and then, oh, no, don't do it. So basically what was going on was I hadn't really made the decision. I was saying that I made the decision, but I didn't actually make that decision. Hey, Amanda, oh my gosh, I miss you. We still have to go for our walk. So I'm talking about decisions. And, sometimes it's really hard to make a decision because we feel like maybe it's not the right time, or maybe it's not the right energy happening for us, whatever. And so then we waver back and forth. And then what happens as a result of that is the universe kind of sits there and goes, well, wait a minute. I don't know. Are we working towards this or are we not working towards it? You're kind of confusing me here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do for you to help you. So when we're making that, stance of, yes, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm going to follow through with, and this is what I'm going to do to get there, and universe, this is what you can do to help me get there, then there's a much more likely possibility of it actually coming to fruition and it actually happening. Like one thing that I've kind of really been wavering on is whether or not to do a workshop around energy work and building up your intuition, because it's something that is really important to me and I love it, but there's also something else that's kind of stopping me. And those are the times when I really have to sit and say, okay, is this something I really want to be doing? And if the answer is yes, then I go and ask myself more questions like, okay, if I do this and I follow through, what's going to happen? What's the worst that can happen? And then I'll make a list of all the things that possibly could go wrong or that could stop me from following through on that decision. And then I work through the roadblocks and, those, or I even look at them and say, okay, is this even true? Because before, when I first started coaching, one thing that would come up for me was, and when I first started doing readings was, I don't know if I can actually do this, and I don't know if I'm going to be good enough at this, and I don't know if what's coming in is from spirit, or if this is from something like totally in my own mind frame or from my own past experience, and my ego is just telling me and coming in and saying, is this, what's going on? So I'll sit there and I'll say, okay, well, here's what's going on. Is this even true? And the more practice I started to get with the things that were making me uncomfortable, like doing readings, the better I got. And the more I learned how to trust that the information that I was getting was actually true. And so when it came to the coaching as well, when I first started out, I was kind of like, okay, all those limiting beliefs started coming in of, well, I don't have certification for this. I'm not sure that I can do this. I don't know if this is what even lights me up to do. And so it became something of, a confidence issue. And when I started to really look at that and I started to see, well, yes, I am qualified because I have this, this, and this behind me, and I have done this to prepare for this moment. And I started to break down all of those things that were stopping me from following through on my decisions. Then things became clearer, and it was like, okay, these things that have kind of been going on with my ego, it's all just stuff we tell ourselves to try and keep ourselves in our own little comfort zone, because change can be difficult. And especially when we're going into new territory that brings in something that is completely exciting and new and fascinating, it's like, you know, you get on this high, and if your past experience has been, okay, yeah, you know, I get to something, I achieve it, and I'm doing really well with it, and then all of a sudden something happens, and boom, I'm knocked off my feet, and I'm sitting on my behind, and I'm like, what happened? So things like that can come up, and that goes into deeper issues as well. There's a lot that goes on behind that. Anyone who knows me knows my whole story of how, you know, my dad left when I was little, and I carried that with me because I felt like there was something that I did wrong and something that I did not to deserve having, you know, his love and affection, and things, you know, that spiraled into other areas of my life. And it was through the coaching that I received that I was able to break through some of those limiting beliefs and the things that were holding me back. And so now it's just a matter of, you know, okay, here's what I'm going to do. This is my list of things that I'm going to do, and I'm doing it no matter what. Like, you know, I could have made every excuse this week not to come on live on Facebook because, you know, I haven't been doing it until now. And, you know, a big part of that is that, well, I guess there's been a lot of things. And like I said, I could have every excuse in the book not to show up, but I just made the decision. Enough is enough. I'm showing up every day. I don't care if I haven't done my hair or my makeup. I don't care if, you know, my daughter might walk in and interrupt my broadcast. I don't care if the internet is cutting out and it's not cooperating with me. I'm going to continually show up, and I'm going to do this because I've made the clear-cut decision that, yes, this is important. What I say and what I think is important enough to be heard by the people that need to hear it. And I know that the universe is going to have my back, and it's going to bring me the people that are going to appreciate what I have to say, and, you know, share in that experience of going further on our path to getting what we want out of life. Hey Ken, how are you? I'm just about wrapping up, but you can go back and watch the video because I'll post it. But decisions, you know, are something that it's not always easy to make them. It's not always easy to follow through with them, but it does help build the trust factor. So when you're following through with what you say, people trust you. And when you're, you know, faltering, that's when things can kind of falter. And I believe that, you know, there is always a way to work through that and own up and, you know, rebuild trust and get those people back in your vortex, right? So own up to what you have. So that's take accountability, just like we were talking about before earlier this week. Make your decision. Do not waver, because the universe will get confused and it will be sitting there going, I don't know how to support you. I don't know how to help you. You're kind of leading me all over the place here. So what do I do? Make a decision, stick with it, follow through, and continue to go, because that's how the universe is going to have your back, and you're going to be able to work with it to get the things that you want and you need. Anyways, I will be back tomorrow, Friday, yay, Friday, and I will be talking about discipline. So that one is going to be really interesting too. I could go on and on. I'm getting really comfortable now with being on Facebook Live. I'm kind of finding my groove. Anyways, lots of exciting things are coming. There's lots of, really wonderful things that are happening for me and my business, and things that I'm really wanting to expand on. And the universe has definitely got my back, baby. Anyways, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.